I've been wanting to do this video for a long time because I watch Prodigy at 9, Ralas, and another guy who I'm new to my view on the matter about deconverting from religion. I was brought up in I suppose a Protestant family, which must mean in American terms an Anglican church or a Church of England. And from very early age we were introduced to the church, but not really. We sang songs about Noah's Ark and we were taught about God, and I think I went to Sunday school. I can't remember, to be honest with you. Nothing really about the age of 7 when I started to sing in a choir called the Midland Boys Singers. Now the Midland Boys Singers it was a great experience. Every Friday night we'd get together, I think it was 7 or 7:30, and we'd sing secular songs, we'd sing Christian songs, we'd sing all sorts of different things. And there weren't only boys, although it was called the Midland Boy Singers, there were men as well who were doing tenor and bass parts. And the great advantage that brought to me from the age of 7 was to travel around the country and sing, obviously in churches and school halls and town halls and meeting places. But then from about the age of 11 we sang all over Europe every year, and we sang in the Catholic churches. We sang the Mass, the Agnus Dei and all those kind of things. But during all this period, religion didn't really come into my life. I was a member of the Boy Scouts, and every year I think we used to go and pay homage to Baden-Powell and have a church service. In my school we used to sing religious songs in the morning, or hymns I suppose, with my music teacher on the piano bashing away, and we'd sing away. We also had a school song. So my deconversion story is really based on the fact that there wasn't one. I never really believed in any of the religious doctrine. I remember being extremely bored while singing Mass in the church and watching in some of the most fantastic churches in Europe, by the way. I say church, I mean cathedrals, with the priest or the archdeacon or the archbishop, I have no idea, swinging away a huge ball of incense. And then I learnt afterwards that in fact the ball of incense, the basis of it was in medieval Europe. The congregation smelt so much they had to waft the smell, and now it's become a religious it's become part of the Mass. So my deconversion story is very, very simple. I just never believed. I'm not going to talk about the Father Christmas thing because that's been creating loads of confusion. Yes, I believed in Father Christmas until I was about 5 in my bed, and I was in my bed thinking, is Father Christmas going to come tomorrow? But how does he do all that in one night? How can he deliver all the presents in one night? And the night before, I think my father had blocked the chimney off. So for me, it was just, well, rubbish. And that's how I think about religion. It's the same thing. It's just absolute rubbish. I've never really followed it. I haven't been deconverted. I always think it's very damning. It's very harmful. So yeah, there's my deconversion story. Thank you. Forgot to mention one thing. When I was about 8 or 9, my brother was killed in a rather nasty accident on the road, and the morning that he was killed, he was pestering me to borrow my bike. My bike was brand new, although it was in the month of November. I don't know why it was brand new, because my birth is in June and I must have done something right, I don't know. And he kept pestering and kept pestering and kept pestering. So eventually I cracked up and lent him my bike. I suppose I'm nice. And off they went to the local stream or the local lake or the local park where my parents thought they'd be safe. But what they did, stupid boys, they actually bicycled over to an area which my parents had always told them not to go to. And as they were crossing the road about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, a drunk driver basically killed them, broken necks, etc. In the evening, we were worried. I was sent off to the park opposite the house, where it was a golf course actually, and their hideouts, and we had hideouts and all sorts of things. And of course we couldn't find them. So my brother Robert and Robin, his name was, were killed. And I seem to remember, whether it's true or not, the local priest came about 11 o'clock and said to my father, God has taken your son to a better place. And I really, genuinely seem to remember this. I might be wrong. My father took him by the scruff of the neck and threw him out of the house. What a pathetic thing to say to somebody who's just lost their son. It's just stupid. So, deconversion? Nah. Don't believe in it.